Look, do you remember when happiness didn't live behind a screen? Back when all you really needed was a couple of scraped knees, some dusty shoes, and the simple logic that you only had to head home once the street lights started flickering on. Back then, your social network was just the group of kids sitting on the curb, not a bunch of profiles. You didn't have an app to kill boredom. You had to use your imagination to build something out of nothing. If you were born between 1965 and 1980, this isn't just some vintage movie plot, it's your actual life. We're talking about Gen X, the crew that grew up in an analog world but ended up having to master the digital one. You grew up in a world that didn't constantly explain itself. There was no how-to video for life. You learned by watching, by messing up, and by dusting yourself off without expecting a trophy just for showing up. People often call you the forgotten generation, but honestly, that's probably because you were too busy figuring things out on your own to stop and make a scene. You were raised on a rare kind of balance. Your parents worked hard, and while there were definitely rules, you had a level of freedom that would give modern parents a heart attack. You walked to school solo. You solved problems without Google. You learned patience because back then, everything took time. This is what makes you different. You're built for the long haul. You carry a calm, steady confidence that isn't loud or flashy. It's just deep. You are the bridge generation. You're the only ones who remember the world before the internet, but you also know exactly how to thrive in the world controlled by it. You speak both languages. Psychologically, that lifestyle built some serious self-reliance. You learned early on that the world wasn't going to swoop in and rescue you every time you tripped. You had to be your own hero. Back then, nobody was talking about mental health every 5 minutes, but that didn't make you weak. It made you adaptable. You learned how to sit with discomfort, how to grind through the hard days, and how to keep moving even when life didn't feel fair. You've got wisdom without bitterness. You don't need to announce your strength. It shows in the way you move through life, calm, capable, and unshaken. You were raised to be tough long before resilience became a trend. So here's the real message. If you're Gen X, your childhood was your training ground. Your past is exactly why you don't crack under pressure today. Your silence hides wisdom, and your calm hides serious power. Let me ask you something. When you look back on those days, what hits you first? Is it gratitude, pride, or maybe just a little nostalgia? Drop a comment and tell me what part of your childhood you miss the most. If this message hits home, hit that subscribe button. And hey, toss the video a like. It helps more people find messages like this. Moni Mind isn't just a channel, it's a mindset.